of Jupiter. It is high noon. I guess I'm supposed to say good afternoon, right? So I am Sherry Sova. Just want to welcome everyone today. John is taking a moment to relax. So as our team, we are all stepping up for today. So I just want to start out by saying, if no one has told you today, I love you, let me be the first. I love you. And I'm so glad that you're here today. And so now, turn to your neighbor next to you, give a little love, give a little shout out, and greet everyone. Peace, love, harmony, all the energy that's moving around. So now, let us say our statement of faith together. There is only one power and one presence in the universe, God, the good omnipotent. And our affirmation for today, I am grateful. We have a very special day planned for you today. Bob Sima and Shannon Plummer are back as our special guests. They will be doing our message for us today all the way through, so our normal service is just kind of go with it, enjoy it, relax. If you've never seen them before, heard them before, you are in for a wonderful, wonderful treat. They are also doing a concert for us after the service, 1:30, and there is a love offering. We're asking between 20 and 30 as a love offering for them to be here as well. If you do not know them, Bob Sima is an untrained musician who has allowed his music to roam free of rules. He has won songwriting awards across multiple genres and songwriting communities, including 6 Posse Awards. The lyrics are divine dedications of all his songs from his 10 albums and are channeled. He is more influenced by Ram Dass than by Dylan. He has been called Eckhart Tolle with his guitar, and you will see why. Shannon Plummer has at her fingertips the lighting in her voice, the thunder, and within her presence of the earth. A shaman by practice, but not by title. In her Peruvian lineage, the shaman consider themselves apprentices and practitioners, always deepening their connection to the spirit world. She melds her shamanic energy work with the practical life coaching to help her clients through difficult life challenges and new endeavors. She is also a gifted singer and speaker. Together, they weave their gifts on stage and in workshops in transformational retreats. They do have a table out front too as well, so once you hear them, you are going to be amazed. So now, it's my pleasure to bring them up for our welcome song. Please rise and welcome Bob Sima and Shannon Plummer.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Morning. Oh, you're rising. Look at you all. I looked up and there you were. I like that. We're just going to go with the flow this morning a little bit. And I know you're waiting to hear that song. Your soul is welcome here. Is that the song? Well, how about a different song? I just want to do this song with you guys and kind of get you singing along and clapping along maybe, whatever you want to do with us here. Sing it with me now. Come on, get ready for love. Come on, get ready for love. How long have we felt this pain? How many more hearts gotta ache before we decide to break this chain? Come on, get ready for love. Come on, get ready for love. Come on, get ready for love, 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 love. Hurt people, heal people, heal people. Hurt people, heal people, heal people. Hurt people, help people, help people, help people, heal people, heal people, heal people. Hurt people, bless people, bless people, bless people, heal people, heal people, heal people. Hurt people, love people, love people, love people, heal people, heal people, heal people. I can see it in the old man's eyes, I can see it in the young girl's smile, I can see it coming through the pain, coming right at us like a hurricane. Yeah, come on, get ready for love. Come on, get ready for love. Come on, get ready for love, 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 love. Hurt people, heal people, heal people. Hurt people, heal people, heal people. You can't turn down the darkness, can you? But you can turn up your light inside. You can't hurt away the hurt, I hate away the hate, but we can heal the divide. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. How about a little kind of a present song? This song is it's sort of a chant. You feel free to sing it along. It's the thing that brought this song out of me was the phrase, I've had 1,000 cups of tea, but not like this one. You feel that? Not this one right here. This is new. All right, it's the same flavor as yesterday in the last 6 months, but how can this be new, right? How can I come to each moment new, right? Looking at it like it's a gift, it's a brand new thing. When you take things for granted, the things you're granted are taken. Sorry. I think it's in physics, right? No, it's not. But it should be. There's Niels Bohr's, or what is it, Max Planck Institute right up the street. I'll have to talk to them about that. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time. 1,000 cups of tea, not like this one. 1,000 breaths we thousand fields of green, thousand farewells will grieve, and 1,000 lives conceived, but not like this one. 1,000 hands will hold, but not like this one. 1,000 stories told, but not like this one. 1,000 beauties to behold, but not like this one. And 1,000 hearts you'll know, but not like this one. Not like this one. 1,000 cups of tea, but not like this one. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob and Shannon. That was awesome. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. We are so glad you're here with us today. My name is Scott Walter. I am your board treasurer. Is there anyone here for the first time today? If you are, maybe raise your hand. I see one in the back there. Yeah, so we will come find you and give you a little more information on Unity of Jupiter. In the back row there, Pam, I think, whoever's looking for them. Please know that we not only want you to feel welcome, but we also want you to feel wanted here. So please join us in Fellowship Hall after the service for some good food, some good conversation, and some amazing connections. So today's daily word is awake. Please read from the monitors with me. I am awake and fully present to life. Awakening from sleep, I pause for a moment to feel the energy of the new day. Birds outside my window sing a greeting. My still closed eyelids sense the morning light. Letting go of my delicious relaxation of sleep, I stretch my limbs, open my eyes, and rise from bed. Awake, fully present in mind, body, and soul to each activity of this day and to each person I meet. I feel truly connected. I engage fully with my daily work, study, prayer, and recreation. I notice the details in my surroundings and see expressions of love and kindness I may have overlooked. Each moment becomes more vivid and meaningful. Nothing feels ordinary when I am awake. My life is a journey of discovery and appreciation. Today's daily word is inspired by Mark 13:37. And what I say to you, I say to all, keep awake. Today, Bob and Shannon, as you know, there will be a concert after the service from 1:30 to 3 o'clock. Please plan to stay around for this concert. It'll start right after fellowship. Joy Adele and Stacy McDonald are hosting the Sound Circle meditation class on Saturday, March 29th at 1 p.m. in Fellowship Hall. Bring a bottle of water, a yoga mat, blanket, and pillow. All are welcome. A love offering is requested. March 30th, the Unity Community Sunday with Reverend John Denny and Reverend Diane Robinson will be here at Unity of Jupiter. That's right, Reverend Diane Robinson will be joining us once again, along with Perry Stokes, our guest musician that week. Love Perry, one of my faves. So let's pack the pews and make this a huge Sunday to remember. Bring some friends. Sunday, April 13th is New Member Sunday. If you're interested in becoming a member of Unity of Jupiter, there are applications in the foyer. To be on our board of directors or to vote on church matters in our congregational meetings, you must be a member of the church. Becoming a member involves attending an orientation meeting and the new member ceremony at church that Sunday. You may leave the application in the office or give it to one of the board members. Ocean View Methodist Church is having an Easter sunrise service on April 20th at 6:30 a.m. with breakfast to follow. All are welcome to attend. They're also looking for volunteers to help out. If you'd like to volunteer, there are forms in the foyer where you can sign up. Leave your volunteer sign-up sheet in the basket along with the forms, other forms, and Carol will see that they get to the Methodist admin. Our Easter Sunday will be at our usual time at noon on Easter. This week at Unity of Jupiter. A Course in Miracle meets on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Yoga and somatic classes Tuesday mornings at 10 a.m. Prayer and meditation meets Wednesdays at noon. The Healing Circle meets this Friday night at 7 p.m. The Harmony exercise is on Sunday mornings at 11:15 a.m. And then Sunday service is noon. Class flyers and the March calendar are up in the foyer, listing all of the classes and events here for Unity of Jupiter. Please join us today for Connection Fellowship after the service. If you're new, just follow the crowd across the hall there into Fellowship Hall. Thank you to everyone who provides our food, and thank you to all who serve and clean up and make it possible. And now I'm going to give it back to Bob and Shannon.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
I said good morning too.
And
Yeah.
Sherry said good morning too. It's just, it's habit, right? It's such programming. Whew.
Well, technically it is morning, right? Because somebody did this weird thing with the clocks again. And we live about 2 hours north of here near Cocoa, and we just got up. I even set the alarm and everything, and we had a concert last night, and so we were a little tired. And I'm sitting down there just kind of sipping on my coffee. Shannon's running around, and I flipped open my laptop, and it said 8:30, but the clock on the microwave said 7:30, and I thought, this is that day. And this is the first time in my life, I was this days old when I figured out it was the first time I've ever been surprised by that. Have you ever been caught by that? Anybody? First time in my entire life I've been caught with that. So, but we're here. We made it. Yeah.
We did.
And I don't think we said thank you. Thank you for having us, and for all the volunteers who showed up and got the sound running before. Like, this is a well-oiled machine. It was like ants marching. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this morning's talk is called Who is Your Neighbor? And I'm going to throw out a little bit of a challenge before we even get started, because we're moving into the Lenten season. And what does the Bible say about your neighbor? Love your neighbor like yourself, yes. So as we move into the Lenten season, I know a lot of us give up things for Lent, giving up cookies or pizza or gossip or whatever. So I'm going to invite you with this little challenge. If something hits you today in this message, it might just be for you to consider giving up something a little more challenging than the pizza or the cookies over this Lenten season, which might become a habit for later. Fair enough? All right. So I'm going to start, before Bob plays the opening song for the message, I want to start with a reading from Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. I consider it a dangerous misconception of mental hygiene. I love that. I consider it a dangerous misconception of mental hygiene to assume that what man needs in the first place is equilibrium, or, as it is called in biology, homeostasis. In other words, a tensionless state. What man actually needs is not a tensionless state, but rather the striving and struggling for a worthwhile goal. For a worthwhile goal, a freely chosen task. What he needs is not the discharge of tension at any cost, but the call of a potential meaning waiting to be fulfilled by him. What man needs is not homeostasis, but what I call new dynamics. In other words, the existential dynamics in a polar field of tension, where one pole is represented by a meaning that is to be fulfilled, and the other pole by the man who has to fulfill it.
I won't lie, I love to cry. I got a raging river inside, and my mind doesn't know when to let my heart go, and my soul won't let me hide. I'm a dreamer, I'm kind of lazy, but I call my crazy crazy. Yeah, I'm a wreck, I'm a holy, holy mess, but I'm sacredly awake. And I'm not here, cause it's home. I'm not lost and I know I'm not alone, cause I see it in your eyes and I see it in the stars, and I see it everywhere, that the same thing that pains me, well, it pains you. What if we are everything and we're nothing? Are we insignificant somethings? Are we hardly innocent, purely magnificent pieces of a one thing? And we rise and we fall, and we run, then we walk, then we crawl. Well, we might not have it all together, but together we have it all. And I see you in me, and me in you. And the lines get crossed and blurry, and I worry and I get so confused, because we hurt from our hurt, and we fear from our worst, and we love from the love that we won't drink of. It's an endless, bottomless thirst, and I have found that it matters, that the past has passed. And if you dare to let it go and you stare down the ghost, well, the ghost stops staring back. And the same thing that pains me, well, it pains you. What if we are everything and we're nothing? Are we insignificant somethings? Are we hardly innocent, purely magnificent pieces of a one thing? And we rise and we fall, and we run, then we walk, then we crawl. Well, we might not have it all together, but together we have it all. And when you see me, you can know me, 'cause I'm a little bit of her and him, I'm a little bit of me and you, and there are no strangers. We're in danger of missing out on this truth, that there are sages and there are queens. There's a seen and there is the unseen. Can you gaze in the mirror? Will it ever get clearer? Can you wake up from this dream that there are lies before your eyes? We're all wrapped up in a disguise. Well, the truth it needs no proof, and it goes by many names and many languages and many faiths. So stop seeking, it's seeking you, and be still and you know that it's true. If you don't believe it, there's a man by the river with a bucket of water to sell to you. And the same thing that pains me, well, it pains you. What if we were everything and we're nothing? We're insignificant sometimes. We're hardly innocent, purely magnificent pieces of one thing. And we rise and we fall, and we run and we walk and we crawl. We might not have it all together, together, but together we have it all.
We might not have it all together, but together we have it all. So who is your neighbor? Does it ever feel like the world is in a state of suffering? Do you ever feel like you're kind of smack dab in the middle of the craziest of crazies? And you know there's a light, but you feel like you're so in the dark that you just can't quite see that light. If you recall, Viktor Frankl stated, what man actually needs is not a tensionless state, but rather the striving and struggling for a worthwhile goal. Notice he didn't say a goal, a worthwhile goal, a freely chosen task. What he needs is not the discharge of tension at any cost, but the call of a potential meaning waiting to be fulfilled by him. That doesn't really indicate that humans are going to find their meaning or their purpose or their goals or their absolute potential in those moments of comfort and joy, right? Those are all high vibrational states where the tension has been discharged and dissipated. It indicates that we will come closer to the clarity of our passion, our desire, our wants, our service, and the fullest big picture spectrum in the midst of conflict or confusion, frustration, maybe even pain. Are you able to find within your polar field of tension what Frankl described? Meaning that it's to be fulfilled, and the person who has to fulfill it. Do you recognize that you, every single one of you, have a meaning that is to be fulfilled? Not only do you have one, but the fulfillment of that meaning heals not only you, but also opens to the expansion and the rippling effect that that healing could have on others that you touch directly or even indirectly. Your healing opens that same invitation to the collective. Your healing helps heal the earth. On that same token, are you able to find within your polar field of tension meaning that is to be fulfilled and the person who has to fulfill it? But recognizing that every single other person, every, in caps, underlined, bolded, italicized, every other person has a meaning for themselves to fulfill. And their meaning doesn't just heal themselves, but opens to the ripple effect that that healing has on others, including you. Their healing offers an invitation for us to witness and to heal that within ourselves, which again adds to the collective healing and adds to the healing of the earth. But most importantly, their healing, take this in, it's different than yours. Their healing, their potential, their meaning is different than yours. I think we forget that sometimes. Because if we can see that, there should never, I don't like to use the word never, but really in this case, I truly believe it. If we can see that other people's potential, that other people's healing, that other people's meaning is going to affect the collective in ways that are beyond what we can see in every moment, there should never exist vile or offensive condemnation, hatred, slander, blame, mistrust, disrespect, misunderstanding, or apathy. If we truly believe every person has meaning to be fulfilled, those things cannot exist. Because we see, we know, we recognize that every part of the collective has to fulfill their purpose for the collective to become whole. WHOLE. It would then be our duty, and I believe our responsibility, to work extremely hard to better understand others so that we can work on that piece of us which is potentially repelled by someone else's healing journey toward their fulfillment. Denying anyone, denying anything, denying any other is denying that same piece of existence within us. I mean, the only reason we become defensive is when we diminish or devalue our own opinion or our own belief so much, so incredibly much, that we feel we have to convince someone else that our belief has value. Maybe, possibly, what we need is to value our own belief system, understand why we have that belief, discern if we maybe need to course correct the source of that belief, empower ourselves to take inspired action, and simply become a model to behave the way we wish to exemplify. Seeing the potential of ourselves, both good and bad, seeing the potential of ourselves in others is a call for action. Our internal or external actions and our non-actions will speak for themselves, whether they're inspired, compassionate, and loving, or if they're offensive, reactionary, and degrading. When we do, let me say it this way, when we put that energy towards others, we're putting it to ourselves at the same time. Do we love our neighbors as we love ourselves? Because here's the thing, the way we love our neighbors is the exact same way we love ourselves. So if we can point the finger at someone, we're pointing it at ourselves, because everything that exists in all of us. I may not take action to murder somebody because it's a choice that I make, but that possibility still exists in me. Fair? That's what Frankl was saying, yes? Freely chosen task. There's a quote from Marcel Proust that when I first heard it, boy, it was the 3-day effect of contemplation when I heard this. Since desire always goes towards that which is our direct opposite, as if that's not enough to make you think, I'm going to say that again. I saw some heads tilting, like the cat, right? The curious cat. Since desire always goes towards that which is our direct opposite, it forces us to love that which will make us suffer. In my opinion, we have to be able to accept what is, what happens, who people are, and how people show up with compassion in order to fall in love with ourselves. Falling in love with ourselves is the highest challenge, I think, that we have in this human existence. I mean, really, did you ever see a cat sit there and be like, I'm not good enough? I mean, no, come on. Once we fall in love with ourselves, relationships happen, and they put that love to the test, right? We think we have it figured out. Self-love, self-care, I can look in the mirror, I can love all of the curves, I can love all of the this and the that and blah. And then there's a relationship. So maybe the question should be, can we dig deep enough in ourselves to uncover self-love and willingly share love for others, all others? Imagine what we would be like. Forget about the rest of the world, but imagine what it would feel like if we only responded with and through love. Imagine how you would see yourself if you accepted all of you through that same lens of love. Imagine how you would care for others if you only could respond as love. Imagine how you would see, what you would see, and why you would see in the world if you agreed to find a thread of love in everything you watch, everything you hear, and everything you experience. I'm going to imagine that it's a little different world than the one you might have seen walking in this morning. So with that, I want to invite us into a meditation. So find yourself comfortable, whatever position is calling to you, to allow yourself to simply sink in. Sink in. What are we sinking into? We are sinking into love. As we find that perfect, comfortable spot for us, allow your eyes to close. Soften your gaze if you don't want to close them the whole way. And pull in love. What does that mean to you? What does that feel like to you? Where does it come from? Where does it end? Find your source of absolute, unconditional love, and with that intention, pull that energy into you. Surround yourself so that you are sitting in love, not with a person or a thing or a place. You are just in love, in the field, in the stream, in the flow of love, and allow yourself to be wrapped up like a big old present. Feel that intention. The only reason we can feel it is because it exists. Whatever your definition of love is, just feel it. And as you swim in that feeling, I invite you to bring into your consciousness, whoever comes into your consciousness, somebody who's staring right into your eyes. If you're too close to them and you can't even make out who it is yet, in your mind's eye, take a few steps back. Who is this beautiful being that showed up right in front of you? Feel what you're feeling. Was there a trigger? Did it pull you out of the stream of love? Did it surround you deeper in the stream of love? Simply make a note. And I again, I ask you to pull somebody different into your consciousness. Look them directly in the eye. What do you feel in your heart when that person showed up? Did it pull you out of or push you into love? Now, I invite you to intentionally pull in someone, whether you know them directly, intimately, whether it's a figurehead on the news, whether it's somebody that lives in this country, not in this country, whether it's somebody that's passed into a different dimension. Bring them in. Stare them in the eyes. And practice. Practice sending them love. And one more time, where you're going to intentionally pull in somebody who triggers you out of love. It can be anybody from any familiarity, a challenge, a trigger. Remember who you are. Remember what you are swimming in. See if you can, in the bigger picture, recognize their fuller potential than the one piece that you tend to dwell on that deters you. Send them love.
When the words fell off of your tongue, the damage was already done. When the war inside of you meets the war inside of me, the words are only the gun. Broken hearts entangled in their own lies. You get dividing lines, positions and sides. In the middle, truth silently hides. That we're brothers and sisters and mystical whispers of some big and beautiful when we're divinely connected, yet somehow misdirected by these unending wars within. We take a long, hard look inside. There's a lot less of ourselves that we'd ever hope to find. See the blood that flows through you and the breath that's breathing me. It's all from one infinite mind. We're brothers and sisters in mystical whispers some big and beautiful wind, and we're divinely connected. We're held and protected when we can see each other within. And what I see in your eyes is grace, and the reflection coming back means we're of the same place. When the center of you sees the center of me, we take all the suffering away from this place. When forgiveness fell from your heart, its sweet fragrance left its permanent mark. When the peace inside of you meets the peace inside of me, the war is over before it can start. We're brothers and sisters, mystical whispers, some big and beautiful wind. We're divinely connected, we're held and protected, and we can see each other within.
So I invite you to bring all four of those people that were staring at you, that you were looking into their eyes. I invite you to bring them all in front of you. And you practiced sending them love. Now allow yourself to receive love from them, because their highest potential will, can, and does send you love. Feel it. Add that to your stream. And look at each of them and say thank you. Thank you for showing up in my life. Thank you for the lessons. Thank you for the blessings. Thank you for helping me understand myself. Even the parts I might not want to see. Release them and simply say thank you to yourself. Thank you for practicing. It's the only thing we can do. Practice. And as you share in that celebration and that honoring of your own practice, I invite you to simply, slowly come out of this meditative state. Allow your breath to bring you back into the room. Feel your body, wiggle your toes and your ears and your fingers. Open your eyes when you're ready. Who is your neighbor? When the center of you sees the center of me, we take all of the suffering away from this place. Bob Sima in action. How do we find the center of ourselves, and how do we meet the center of another? Practice. When we clear our vision through our own objective healing lens, we begin to foster compassion and grace and forgiveness and love and understanding. First, for ourselves. Did anybody get that in the meditation? Did you feel that, like you had to find that in yourself before you could send that to somebody else? We begin to see different perspectives simply as different perspectives instead of as threats or conflict or judgment. We begin to connect to the center of ourselves, and we begin to feel the center of others. The deeper understanding of a human condition comes when we realize that all of our behaviors are conditioned. They're all programs. We choose to be certain ways, to have a certain belief because of something, because of a condition that may or may not be true. Think about that. We behave because of a condition that may or may not be true, but it appears to us to be very, very real. We behave based on a thought, a belief, a story, a fear, a hope, a desire, a directive, an experience, joy, a memory. Often our behaviors are not an accurate representation of our highest potential. Often our behaviors are intentionally chosen to create a response in someone else so that they can become the higher potential that they have within them. Sometimes that others can see, that they can't see. Relationships, they open up an entire box of polarities, tensions and potentials, vulnerabilities and meanings, conflict and resolution. That entire box of polarities of our own existence, yet it's still within our polar field of tension, as Frankl describes. And this isn't just with another living and breathing being in the form of two-leggeds. We're talking about four-leggeds, winged ones, finned ones, leafy ones, flowery ones, skyborn ones, planetary ones. And also the relationship that we have with ourselves. And the relationships that we have with ourselves are not just people relationships or living being relationships. Every relationship that we have, food, religion, politics, sexuality, career, money, news, social media, freely chosen tasks. And as soon as we choose to interact with anything, we have a relationship with it. So let's go a little deeper. What's our relationship like with avoidance, honesty, trust, love, compassion, anger, grief, compliments, We all know that internal tension that enters, as we interact with any relationship is a mirror. It is a direct mirror of what we haven't resolved within ourselves. Growth happens when we know our inspired action is about us. Growth doesn't happen when we creatively attempt to place blame on something outside of us for enticing us or luring us into behaving the way we don't want to behave. Come on, let's get beyond that. I would say shame on us, because we just bypassed a worthwhile goal, our own freely chosen task, our potential meaning, our soul's fulfillment. When we do that, we're not tending toward loving that which makes us suffer. Carrie Murphy wrote a book called Create Change Now, and she has this reflection in there called Nurture Your Relationships with Empathy. And it starts with this quote from Khalil Gibran, and it's so beautiful. It says, "Tenderness and kindness are not signs of weakness and despair, but manifestations of strength and resolution." Tenderness and kindness are not signs of weakness and despair, but manifestations of strength and resolution. So Carrie, in her passage, says this: in the process of nurturing your own personal growth, it's important to also acknowledge and support the unique expression of your loved ones. Your ability to empathize with your partner's children, friends, and colleagues, I would say all of those things are your neighbors. Your ability to empathize with your neighbors will enhance every aspect of your relationship with them. It will also remind you of the potential for the mutual understanding and acceptance that we all need and desire. We create much more intimacy in relationships when we learn to share in relationship through loving understanding. We may still be independent of our own beliefs, yet in dependence of truly learning about another. And that can be superficially or as intimately as we allow ourselves to trust. That, I believe, is where spirituality begins. Spiritual independence, independence being one word, leads to spiritual independence, 2 words. Every single relationship requires presence and commitment and work to realize the potential of the dynamics that exist between communities and neighbors and friends and families. That realization of potential is what then allows us to recognize the strengths and the goodness and the love within ourselves. At the same time, shows us our challenges, our distortions, and even our disappointments. Those are the deadliest and most threatening viruses we carry. Those viruses are the most rampant, and they proliferate unapologetically, calling us to do our inner work, to heal that which we have been so distracted to address, to recognize those areas that are begging for our attention. The viruses that prevent us from acting, behaving as our true selves. The viruses that encourage us to spew hate at our neighbors. The viruses that convince us that we can despise any other living thing in this absolutely extraordinary world, but yet we think we can still love ourselves. So I want to end here with a little tale. It's called Grandmother's Table. It's from the Brothers Grimm. Once there was a feeble old woman whose husband died and left her all alone. So she went to live with her son and his wife and their own little daughter. Every day, the old woman's sight dimmed and her hearing grew worse, and sometimes at dinner, her hands trembled so badly that the peas rolled off her spoon or the soup ran from her cup. The son and his wife could not help but be annoyed at the way she spilled all over the table. And one day, one day, after she knocked over a glass of milk, they told each other that enough is enough. They set up a small table for her in the corner next to the broom closet and made the old woman eat her meals there. She sat all alone, looking with tear-filled eyes across the room at the others. Sometimes they spoke to her while they ate, but usually it was to scold her for dropping a bowl or a fork. One evening, just before dinner, the little girl, she was playing on the floor with her building blocks, and her father asked her what she was making. "I'm building a little table for you and Mother, so you can eat by yourselves in the corner someday when I get big." Her parents sat staring at her for some time, and then suddenly both began to cry. That night, they led the old woman back to her place at the big table. From then on, she ate with the rest of the family, and her son and his wife never seemed to mind a bit when she spilled something every now and then.
Sing a song to the heart of the world. Never work a day in your life. Fill a hole in the soul of the earth. Never work a day in your life. Sit beside and give of your time. Lay your hands on, look deep in their eyes, and let love radiate from your smile. Never work a day. Your cup will overflow and always be replenished. You'll never be lost. The path will be clear and your feet will never be finished. Sing a song to the heart of the world. Never work a day in your life. And fill a hole in the soul of the earth. Never work a day in your life. Breathe belief into the pocket of the thief, and be life for those drowning in grief, and whisper home for the people on the streets. Never work a day. Your cup will overflow and always be replenished. You'll never be lost. The path will be clear and your feet will never be finished. Give from your overflowing cup. Listen, more, you've already said enough. Mind your energy and seek to know yourself. Let the wind blow its song through your breath. Create and recreate from your depth. Sing your songs so that they will never forget. Sprinkle wonder out in every direction. Dance wild, spread love's beautiful infection, and laugh out loud at the ridiculous perfection. Never work a day. Leave a legacy, leave something in this place, something wonderful and wise to show the way. Ancestors smile, descendants patiently await. Live your life like that legacy is today. 'Cause there's no time like this moment to give all of your gifts away. There's no time like this moment to give all of your gifts away. Thank you, guys. We're done. Sorry if we went a little over. I don't know what time you normally finish.
All right. Thank you, Bob and Shannon. That was awesome. So now we move into our celebration of abundance, our opportunity to give back from our own financial abundance. There are many ways to give. You can drop your gift in the offering bags going around. You can also text your donation to 561-581-1119 or give by debit or credit card today after the service in our office located downstairs. Most of these options can be set up for automatic recurring giving. To keep our time of giving sacred, I would like you to now take your gift in your hands and bless it. You're planting the seeds to your own prosperity and giving back to God from the abundance that has already been provided for you. Breathe life into your gift and thank God you have this gift to give. Now affirm with me the offertory blessing. Divine love, through me, I guess I'm a little bit too fast. So let's give that another whirl. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
Can I say anything? Thank you. And how can I say anything but grace? 'Cause everything in front of me is heaven. Everywhere in every place. Every pleasure, every pain, every joy, and every heartache. And how can I say anything? Thank you. And how can I say anything but grace? And I say grace. Sing that with me. And I say grace. One more time. And I say grace. Thank you. So, for our closing song, we're going to do an opening song at the concert. How does that sound? Oh, is there more? Oh, there's more. Oh, here she is. Okay. I looked up there, I saw her picture. I'm like, all right, we're up again. Okay. So,
One more. We gotta bless our gifts
Yeah.
here. So thank you guys so much for staying. Thank you guys so much for being here. It is always such a pleasure.
thank you.
One more quick announcement that I do have. Our very own Miss Kimberly Prescott has been accepted to the Unity Worldwide Ministries, the ordination. She has been working so hard. So I am going to have Kimberly come and bless our gifts. If we can have the gifts forward, the prayer chaplains, and then we'll have Bob close us out.
Thank you. If we'll bring the gifts and the prayers down, we'll say a little blessing. And any prayer chaplains that want to come forward. The prayers are always answered, so if you have something you need prayer with, feel free. They are specially trained to pray with you. And now let's just close our eyes. Take a deep breath. Give so much thanks for this beautiful message today, for Bob and Shannon to come here and share with us. As they said in their beautiful song, let's give our gifts away freely, right here, right now. We give so much thanks for these beautiful gifts. We give so much thanks for each person present here. We pray for the prayers that are in the prayer box. We know that each one, God knows the desires of our heart even before we write them down. Each one of those prayers God knows and is answering right here, right now. We give so much thanks for this church, for the bountiful blessings, the abundance, and more. We know that there is an abundance of blessings for each person here. There is plenty to go around and more. And we know this. We know that our abundance is awaiting us. All we got to do is reach out and take it. We give thanks for this church, for this ministry, for this beautiful space that we're in, for the beautiful stained glass, for everything that is present right here, right now. And we say, and so it is. Amen.
All right, and now if we can all stand, join hands, and we will sing our peace song.